Well, hello there. This is Hero. Why are we looking at a dead tree? Well, even in death, we could get some lesson out of this. So you're wondering, how did it die? Well, I have the nursery on automated watering, right? And then these had these emitters in it. Well, it came out. How it came out, not sure. It could be critters or just somebody bumped it, or I could have, whatever. So, well, it's no use really crying about it, but what I thought I'd do today, before I throw it out, is to actually kind of do an autopsy. Well, the root is okay, but up here, if I take the dead foliage or this part off, I think we could see what the structure looked like. One of the reasons why I'm doing this is because it's one of my better trees. Am I going to cry about it? Really, no use. I've been in this business long enough that this kind of stuff happens to me often. Well, not that often, but just enough. And one of the things, if you're going to get into the commercial aspect, you got to become a little bit hardened, and to let this kind of stuff bother you, you'll go nuts. What I'm going to do is to cut these off. Well, I was hoping that these would just fall off, but I'm going to have to actually take these off. And then we'll see the structure of the plant. So it'll take me a little while, so I'll get back to you after I'm done. I got this all pruned out. You can see the structure. You can see our root flare is good. Actually, it's great. And as we go up, we got taper and movement. Look how great this movement is up here. It's really a shame that this died, but what can we say? That's what happens here from time to time. And almost always the watering that fails. That's the disadvantage of automated watering. When it's working fine, it's fine. But when something happens, you got to catch it early. Okay, let me turn this for you. One of the branches, and see how perfect this is too. It has movement and taper, and that's what you want in every part. So even the side branches eventually will get the same look, but this is a good example of a good branch where it comes off the trunk and it makes movement and taper. Is a little bit higher, a little bit not that great. Right here it's got a bulge, but the rest of it looks okay. Now if this was alive, we might try to fix it, but it's kind of too late now, isn't it? This is another one of the branches, and you can see that it has great movement and taper. I was really happy with this apex, how it came. We got all this really tight movement and right branches in the right place. So, well, this is a good example of how a tree should look. Okay, final look. Root flare, movement, branches in the right place. It was one heck of a nice juniper. This thing died over 4 weeks ago. And so what I did was I saw it was stressed. It was a lot more green on it, but I could tell that it was stressed and the ground was dry. Well, what happens is when the weeds start dying, then you know you got a problem. Anyway, so I took it and put it into my hospital area where it's fairly deep shade and gets water. Okay, so what I was waiting for is maybe it just stressed out and will come back. Now, if this was a deciduous tree, it would have come back. Evergreens, very seldom. So anyway, I waited good 4 weeks before I started this project. Okay, now this project too, occasionally, even after 4 weeks, you'll get growth really tight on the inside. Sometimes you'll see a little glimmer of life right about there. Well, this one have none. So we know for sure it's dead, but those are the steps that I go through. So this one here, hopefully it's a good lesson for you on what a good juniper style should look like. But I was also waiting to see if there was anything of life in the interior. This poor plant, every shot possible, and I think honestly say it's gone. So anyway, this is Hero saying goodbye, and if something like this happened to you, don't get discouraged. I mean, things happen, bad things happen from time to time. So anyway, I'll see you again real soon in another chapter. Hopefully it will be a nice live plant. But if it should be another plant like this, well, we probably go through the same thing and do an autopsy, because I think we could learn a lot from a dead plant. See you again real soon. Stay healthy, everybody. Oh yeah, Chuck. Maybe I should give this to Chuck, my friend Chuck. He can't work on junipers because he gets rash. But this is dead, so he won't have to prune it. Anyway, I'll see you again real soon. Bye.